Hi, my name is Bridget Tojak, and I'm here to appeal to the women of Allegheny County, New York State, to really take an active participation in running for public office. Tomorrow, and I'm doing this today, because I know tomorrow in Allegheny County, there is the Democratic Party is trying to encourage people to run for candidacy, and that needs to happen. Even though I am a registered Republican, but for the most part, when I did run for office, I ran on the independent line. Nowadays, I understand you may or may not really want to be associated with a party, but right now, what party I need you to belong to is women. Allegheny County is extremely underserved when it comes to women's health, and even policy. Like the legislative body in Allegheny County has 3 women out of 15. And when I was in office, I was the first female judge in both the town of Allen and Granger. I don't believe there's been more than one female town supervisor in Granger, and she only took it because, well, it's my understanding that no one else would run. And she said, you know what, let me just do this. And she did a great job, Ann Voss. But what I need to tell you now, and this is going to shock the bejesus out of you, because I was denied a mammogram. I'm a 53-year-old woman with breast cancer on both sides of my family. I walked in to Windsong mobile unit, which is here in Allegheny County once a year. Once, as far as I know. And I had a prescription in one hand from my primary care physician. I had an insurance card in my other hand, and I was still denied a mammogram. And there was no one else in that room besides myself that could have made any medical decisions for me, because my primary care physician was there in the form of a prescription. So what ended up happening, and this is why, and I don't know what the process was that U of R took over Jones Memorial. I don't know what the process was. I can't say that our county didn't fight hard enough for women's health to maintain a mammogram unit there. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. I just know when I went to schedule one, they didn't have them anymore, and that they want me to go to Steuben County. And I'm like, well, I don't live in Steuben County. And, and I took advantage of the mobile unit because they have a 3D mammogram, and that's what my aunt had actually said, Bridget, when I was just diagnosed with breast cancer, when you get your mammogram, make sure it's 3D. And so they didn't have that in Olean, they didn't have that in all the places that I called, they didn't have a 3D, but Windsong did. So I took that opportunity last year and got the 3D, and everything was fine. I go in this year, and they said, well, was there any changes? Anything different from last year? Any concerns? And I said, well, I did have a change. I said, hey, I had this itchiness, a little bit of something, and it lasted a little, maybe a week, and it was gone. It's not there. I'm not worried about it. That's why she denied me a mammogram. She, the radiologist, not my primary care physician, said, you need something diagnostic. Well, who the hell is she to say I need something diagnostic? My doctor just prescribed a screening, and that is women's health care. It's a cancer screening. Pap smears and mammograms are women's health care. I would certainly argue abortion is not health care, but I'm almost guessing in New York State, if I would have asked for an abortion, I would have got one on frickin' demand. To be denied a mammogram when you have a prescription and insurance, even if you don't have insurance, this shit's paid for. It is something that could be life or death. And so I need women to stand up for other women, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, conservative, I don't care what party you're associated with. Women's health is women's health. And you need to start taking responsibility and start running for office. And there are candidates, and if you don't want to, like I said, you call the Allegheny County Board of Elections. They're awesome. They are awesome. If you want to run on an independent ticket, they will let you know, especially in the 1st district. There's 2 seats open in the 1st district, and then Legislative Graves is not running. I don't know what district he's in, but there needs to be some women in these 3. I really want 3 women to replace these, even though I know Mr. Demick is not a woman, and he's probably really good. I'm not sure. But when we had somebody come around to sign, because I am registered Republican, I only signed for one candidate. One. Don't ever vote for someone you don't feel is good enough for the job. I've never cast my vote for certain people in this county, ever. So, but I would write in something. So it's not like it's a lost vote, but there are certain people that don't deserve to be in public office. But I want to encourage every single woman to make sure you really consider your contribution to society and start running for public office. And look in the Community Shopper. That's where I read about the Democratic Party holding something on the 8th, which is tomorrow, to encourage, and maybe it's educational and to let you know what you got to do in order to do it. But and if you don't go to that, you can call the Allegheny County Board of Elections and get on the ticket, even if it's independent. That's probably even better. But for somebody like myself, to be denied a mammogram, that's bullshit. And I am livid. I am absolutely livid. So I do want to encourage women, and if you could make sure, share this, but share it with people who who you really think will think. You don't have a whole lot of time. You need to get signatures, but get on board. In Government 101. It really isn't that difficult. There's a lot of training that you can take if you really don't know anything really about, but you need to know that we need women in office. All right. Thank you and good luck, and call the Board of Elections. All right. Bye.